To quote the great Harry Carey, "Hi everybody, how's everybody doing on Friday? Everybody doing all right? Glad to have you here. Glad to be here. This is in other news with me, Mike Russell. So I'm your host. This is a free-flowing type of show. Your comments get mostly posted on the screen here, and we chat. We move around. The conversation just evolves to what the conversation evolves to. Of course, we have several current topics that are loaded up and ready to go. But we are super excited to have you here, and this might be the last time you see this logo on this show. We are working on a logo this weekend, seeing if we can get something turned around for the background soon enough. And it'll be In Other News is the new title. But the bromance, what I'm going to propose to Rob when he's around, when I hunt that kid down, I'm going to propose something that we just kind of keep the bromance vibe, and we'll do long form together as a team, do long form, whatever. We have a cool person, like say we get like a Rob Schneider or Bill Maher or something like that, and we do a Joe Rogan style 2-3 hour podcast, and we just do that a few times a year, and that'll be the bromance. I think that if something takes off, something takes off, but that is not going to be retired just yet, but it will not be no longer the logo of the show. So there you go. So anyway, glad to have you here. I wanted to, and I know this is why we call the show In Other News. We don't want to stick to this normal nonsense that you're hearing on CNN, Fox, and MSNBC. It is concerning me, though, that we are not handling the elephant in the room. We are not talking about the real issue that nobody apparently wants to say. We have handled everything with this new candidate that's been placed by the DNC. What's up, Lynn? That's been placed by the DNC right here in front of all Democrat voters that none of them voted for. They have a new candidate. They have a let's hide her in the basement, do no type of interviews kind of campaign going on here. It worked with Joe, so I don't understand why it wouldn't work again. So Kamala Harris is being, what's up, Jennifer? I would not be, Rhonda, how you doing? And I would say that we're not talking about race anymore. We're not, who cares? Fine. They're calling her black. She's not. Let's just move on. And the whole thing with, oh, she's not African American. I'm like, well, probably a good portion of the black people we have in this country aren't African Americans, period. I'm a German, Scotch, Irish American. I don't care. I'm an American. I don't care what, I don't care. If you want to identify as a black American, identify as a black American. Who cares? But we made too big of a deal. Like we fell into the trap. I want to give the right side media and the right side, all of us and we the people. I want to give you a big round of applause before we get to the real issue going on with Kamala Harris. Because 2 days ago, the big headline was that a Secret Service agent stepped off duty to breastfeed her child. Okay. Now, whether that was the case, whether it was not, whether she walked off and said, I hope Donald Trump gets, whatever, and I got to go be a mom or whatever, or she called for the time off and they gave her the time off and they put someone else in there. Whatever the story was, y'all didn't jump on it. No one did. And I read it and I was like, nope, that's not a story for that. That is bait. That's all that is bait. Because you imagine, right side's freaking out. Oh my gosh. A Secret Service agent took off. A Secret Service agent skirts her duties. And the headline, the headline would be conservatives against breastfeeding and motherhood. Misogynistic GOP in uproar about a woman breastfeeding. And you didn't jump on it. And congratulations for not jumping on it. Mm-hmm. All right, so let's get to the real problem with Kamala. Then I want Grizz, Brendan. I want to hear from you. So just start typing away, will you? Let us know how Robbie is doing and how the event went. So let us know. But here is the real problem with Kamala Harris that's not being addressed. Forget about her lack of performance, her lack of qualifications, her lack of just social skills, her lack of votes, her lack of delegates, her lack of everything. The problem no one's talking about is, are we going to start asking questions when it comes to speech like this?
Our extraordinary President Joe Biden. And he's going to speak in a minute, but there's a lot of love in this room for our...
Yeah, I can smell the wine from here. I mean, can we just talk about it? No human acts like her that's sober. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not accusing. I just want questions answered. And by the way, if you're auditioning, interviewing for commander-in-chief, you know what? That's a fair question. That's a fair question. If I go into a job interview acting like her, if I go into a job interview smelling like some sort of booze, guess what? Guess what? And by the way, the booze thing has been an issue with past employees that worked for her. We got to address this. It has to be addressed. We don't look. We need it handled. If she's going to win this thing, we need it handled before she takes the White House. This is just, it's absurd. It's funny too because she doesn't even hide it. Gavin Newsom is a chain smoker. My buddy Cooper was a reporter for a big spot over there in Southern California. And they say he'd be behind the news vans just taking them down 1, 2, 3 at a time just to do a press conference. Dude is a total chain smoker. And Lynn, yes, very Pelosi-esque. But that was right there. That was hiding in plain sight is what Nancy Pelosi would do. She was hopped up on every kind of pharmaceutical you could imagine. And people just, okay. She knows her teeth, the dry mouth. But I will go back to this real quick because this is, I think this is kind of important. Listen, watch what she does here. This is when here. That's right. Here. Did you see that? She had a booze burp. She just did a booze burp right there in front of everybody. Everybody knows this. Anyone who drinks, you know this. Everyone who drinks, I want you to see it again. This is okay. Guys like me know, okay, that if it probably had too much to drink and went and done a show before. You get in the middle of here, it looks like this. You get in the middle of a sentence, you go like that. Everybody's got it. Everybody knows what it is. Here Kamala does. Watch. Burp. Yep, there she goes. Got to have that 3 martini lunch before you get up there for the rally. And if we're not going to talk about it, that's fine. But I mean, look, we've covered everything else. We've got race, misogyny. We've covered every single else. Everything has been thrown at us. We're like, trying to keep it a little bit light on this Friday. So yes. Okay, let's get into this because both Brendan and Grizz went to Robbie's event yesterday. Grizz says event was great. Met Brendan. Let's rock on. Let's go here. All right. Met Brendan. We will have more. I will be doing them. Well worth it. I learned a lot. Grizz is now the communication coach. And Rob says apparently, Rob says that he misses you all and appreciates your well wishes. He gave me a hug for you. Aw, see, yeah, And yeah, Grizz going back to that. We did it, Joe. Should have known right there. She's holding her head like, yeah, we did it, Joe. Yeah, those are more forced words. Let's see here. See what we got here from Brendan. Like someone thinking, I got to go to an interview. Exactly. Yeah, they're gonna know. They're not gonna know that I'm talking like this because I'm gonna talk about all the love in the room. Yeah. Lots of love for you, yeah. Drunk. I'm not okay. I'm going to call it out there. Literally, I'm going to now start in our social media blitz that we're doing. Please share along and like all the stuff if you could as we start putting on Twitter for all of them. There we go. X, because I said Twitter, X, Facebook, and YouTube, and we'll start the push this week. And so I'm all in on it. I don't care. I don't care. Somebody's got to say it. Somebody's got to do it. Somebody again. I'm sorry. I'm reading this. You didn't give him one for you. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that, Grizz. You gave him one for me. Give him a hug for me. Appreciate it. Yeah. Give a hug for Robbie. Public speaking is hard. Liquid courage is needed. I do not disagree with you. Believe it or not, y'all. And I want this to be a really casual Friday. We'll just do a lot of casual Fridays where we're just kind of round table. And if you guys have any questions for me, we can Q&A it. Go bring it to me. Go. I'm all about it. But public speaking is hard. Public speaking was my major. I majored in public speaking. I don't know why I could do it. I wanted to be like a Zig Ziglar, Tony Robbins kind of motivational speaker, sales trainer, like kind of what Rob is going into right now. I wanted to be that. I really, really did. I lobbied. Remember Franklin Covey, Franklin Quest, the planners? I lobbied. I sent them crazy stuff just so I could be. I wanted to head up a division that taught high school and college kids high school and college kids time management through their program. And I wanted to run that deal because I was like, if you guys want people to use your stuff forever, ever, start here. But now obviously it's all gone digital, but would have been a short-lived career. But that's what I wanted to do. We should do. Lynn, that's a good question. No, Trump should not pounce on this. Trump should not talk about her if she has seriously, which I think she does. She has an alcohol issue. It might not be alcoholism, might be alcohol abuse. Last damn thing you want to do is you're Donald Trump. Donald Trump needs to stay the course. He has every single thing that he needs to beat her. He needs to stay the course. Stick to policy. Exactly what Rhonda said. Stick to policy. You will be attacked. You'll be attacked as a misogynist. Oh, a woman can't have a glass of wine at lunch, and like men can have all these. Yeah, like we're out there drinking, like Rob and I. Yeah. See, Brendan said, I told Rob if he ever moves on from the communication field, the distant future, he would be one hell of a sports coach. Yeah, I definitely agree that Rob would be a hell of a sports coach. I really do. And Rob and I, we tossed that idea around quite a bit, where we wanted to do minor league announcing, not stadium announcing. We do stadium announcing too. I've done that before. Him and I did that for a couple of charity football games. But we do the radio or TV play-by-play on for minor league sports, minor league baseball, especially baseball. Deal. We wanted to do that a bunch. Chris said he hates public speaking, but is in front of veterans of 2,000 people. Yeah, they just do it. You just muster it up. And the weirdest thing when you do that, and sometimes on this show too, where I just think, uh-oh, I'm not getting any comments. Uh-oh, something's wrong. Uh-oh, look at the count of people watching. Uh-oh, it's going down. Now it's going up. Okay, and I'm in my head. And you get in your head, and then the post show, you're like, that was awful. You do a playback, and you're like, oh, all that noise that I'm hearing wasn't noise at all. It was just me in my own head. Yeah, that's exactly where that is. So that's it. Yeah, that's the way to do it. But no, Trump should definitely not pounce on the alcohol issue. But I think, and again, here's another reason. Celebrities are another reason. Celebrities are our biggest ally. I know that sounds funny, but celebrities literally are our biggest ally. They truly are. Like you look at Ricky Gervais. Ricky Gervais and I were not happy. Ricky Gervais and I didn't get along very well. Yeah, actually, I'm sorry, guys. Actually, Greg, I sent him an email. I didn't know if he was hacked the other day, but he sent me an email. I told him I'd give him a call next week. So he replied back. So he is alive and well. He hasn't been snatched up by the feds or the UK thought police. Oh, okay. See, now Brennan brings it up. So going back to what Lynn said, should Trump pounce on this? If Trump did pounce on it, it needs to be something subtle like that. It needs to be something super subtle, because he said before the Biden debate that he wanted him to take a cognitive test and a drug test, so they weren't juicing him up. Yeah, I would say I want her to take a cognitive test and a breathalyzer. Or just let her be, or just exactly what Trump did. Let Joe go there, fall all over himself. Let let Kamala go out there. I heard tell, and I got to check this out, that, I'm sorry, the 1800s call didn't want their verbiage back. I heard tell that the moderator for the September 10th debate is going to be a woman that actually introduced Kamala to her husband. If that's the case, I'm like, Trump, that's the first thing that I would actually hype that up the entire time. Every time she gives a favorable something to Kamala, and Kamala will have all the questions. Anytime she gets anything favorable, I'd be like, aren't you friends? Yeah. Did she introduce you to her husband? Yeah. Right. Okay, cool. And I just keep it up. I would keep it up. I'd expose them for the hacks that they are. Okay. Like I said, you guys, this is a casual, just kind of flowing Friday. So, Brendan and I were talking and said we need to meet up. Oh yeah, dude, let's do it. I think we all need to get something together, just for funsies and to hang out. And as I mentioned before, I don't know if you guys were on. Probably this is not going to be our logo. I want this logo to stick around for if Rob and I want to do long form with, like, if we get Sheriff Lamb on again, or if we get somebody on, of course, Rhonda. But if anybody, if anybody like super big, we get to interview and sit down with for a couple hours, we'll do it as the bromance. I think that is probably the best idea. But we are going to run with in other news. So in other news, outside of Kamala Harris and Donald Trump and Joe Biden. By the way, I'm going to quick go back to this. I mean, Joe Biden has just gone to yelling at people and saying he's amazing and self-promotion and standing there looking like this.
And he's going to speak
Look at
in
him.
a minute.
Look that. That's it. He's not there. But the man is, I'm going to tell you this, and I want to remind you of this constantly. Like I always had to remind everybody that Nancy Pelosi was 2 steps away from the White House. And when you saw her, they're licking her teeth because her mouth was dry from all the narcotics. And so then you have this guy here. That is the leader of the free world. Truly, he's still in charge. He's still the president of the United States of America. The icing. Yeah. It's kind of hard to swallow that pill. Mm-hmm. And I appreciate that, Brennan. Long live the broom, man. So I don't think it's not really going anywhere. It's kind of like Twinkies. We're just going to go away, come back, go away, may come back. But the shelf life goes forever, if you know what I'm saying. It's a damn good analogy for a Friday. Not bad. I give myself a little credit there. I'm going to have some water. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. All right. But going back to this. Celebrities are going to save us. Celebrities will save us. And this is exactly from influencers to real celebrities. I'm going to start with real celebrities. Ricky Gervais and I weren't getting along for a little while there because he started some anti-trophy hunting campaign, but he didn't know what he was talking about. He just said, stop going out and killing majestic elephants and all of this for funsies. That's not how the conservation efforts work in Africa. That's not how it works. You just go and I'm just going to go kill an elephant today. Not how it works, guys. But he thought that was, so he started the campaign. So I was kind of anti, and then he came up with this because he's now woke. Listen to this.
You've got our rules.
Okay, not woke. I'm sorry. What's the other? What do you call it? Oh shoot. What's the opposite of woke? Guys, help me out with that one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, here we go.
Unless you're the Prime Minister. Political satire. Right? I don't get political. I feel like it though. I'm getting angrier and holding it all in more and more. Even live, I don't really get political. I think I've been naive. I've hit that age where I go, well, they're all fucking lying, shitty little fucking corrupt twats.
Yeah.
It was just
all of them.
Own part. And I just think,
there you go.
I thought there was good guys and bad guys. But now I just think they're all little fucking shits.
Yeah.
Is that political? Is that some really nuanced insight into the workings of society?
Yeah. Yeah, but basically what he was saying is what Rob and I have been telling you a hot minute. They're not coming to help you. They're going to save you. None of this. This whole nonsense with Kamala Harris is going to come up and she's going to now lower prices and she's going to fix the border and all that. Like you can't break the toy and then run on the platform of fixing it. But Ricky Gervais is actually I'm trying to think of that word. What's the opposite of woke? Oh, I'll think of it. Anyway, based. Like, okay, you get it now, dude. You understand the reality of this. You're not like, oh, everything for everyone. No, you're based now. He gets it. Because if you go to the opposite side, so Ricky Gervais, that helps our side. Because what's Donald Trump's whole vibe? I'm not one of them, drain the swamp, whole nine, right? Ricky Gervais is representing that crew. Now, let's go over to some other celebrity who is having a total meltdown. And I found this. I finally found this. I've been looking for this for a couple of days. Where was it? It was on my desktop. I could share that thing with you. It's just icons. It gives me anxiety just thinking about it. But this is your friend Rosie O'Donnell absolutely melting down watching the Trump Mar-a-Lago press conference.
Are you watching this moron speak?
Am I? Throw some makeup on. You know something? We're going to talk about this in a minute. We really are going to talk about this in a minute. But seriously, what are you doing with this? I mean, just put some water in your hair. Fake it for me. Put a shirt on that's not completely quitting. Like, just what in the bleep?
Can he form a coherent sentence? He is the worst thing that ever happened. Period. and he's just babbling like
Yeah,
an
your kid's
incoherent-
choking in the background, by the way, Rosie, and you're so busy with that camera in your mug.
an asshole. He's like Dr. Doom. He's the worst thing.
You got some stragglers there, sweetie, in there.
Oh, you know what? He just lies.
Lies.
I am done with Donald Trump.
You always have been,
Let's
sweetie.
be done with Donald, okay? Done with Donald.
Oh, I'm sorry. Whoa. Weren't you the one that said if he won, you were going to move out of the country? Didn't you say that? If he won, the last time, 2016, didn't you say you were going to move out of the country? Where are you, sweetie? Yeah. She takes to TikTok. Congratulations, sweetheart. But those meltdowns, I mean, be serious with you. Those meltdowns, those help us. And you're right, Rhonda. The TDS is strong with this one. The Trump derangement syndrome. I'm blown away by it. I had a couple conversations, a conversation after dinner with the liberal wing of my tribe, and they're still. I mean, they think now more than ever. They're like, yeah, Kamala's going to win. Yeah, Kamala's going to win. I mean, they're so they wouldn't even think of the possibility of what 4 years of these same policies would look like for their children and grandchildren. They don't care. The Trump derangement syndrome is that strong. It just is. The period is that strong. The Rosie does need a shower, Rhonda, for sure. That's the thing. But isn't that the thing? I mean, you look at the RNC, you look at the Republican convention, and look at the DNC coming up here. It's like, try some product. I don't know, maybe some makeup, a little something in your hair, maybe deodorant. It just doesn't look. The vibe is just we don't care. And we don't have to comb our hair. Mm-hmm. Yeah, my groomer is free. Oh, so crazy. Anyway, but that's the thing. The Trump derangement syndrome is so alive and well. People don't even want to hear it. They don't want to hear how many NAACP awards he won. No, he's racist. People don't want to hear how many Essence awards he's won. No, he's racist. People don't want to see that I have a picture of him and Willie Brown playing cards together. It's fantastic. Yeah, so there is it's just a live moment. It absolutely blew me away. It really, really did blow me away last night because I have a bet with one of them. Oh, bet's still on, huh? Yeah, even though you're people that claim they're going to save democracy by ditching the person that everyone voted for and placing in someone that no one voted for, you're going to save democracy. Yes, the bet is still on. Donald Trump will win. If RFK Jr. stays on the ballot in at least 40 of the states, it's not even close. Not even going to be close. Because people will vote for RFK Jr. before they vote for Kamala Harris. I'm telling you. So just think about it this way. If you have two choices, I hate Donald Trump. Say somebody's like just adamant, I will never vote for Donald Trump. Remember, Robbie talks about all of his 3 or 4 friends. Like, I will never vote for Donald Trump. Okay, cool. You never vote for Donald Trump. Great. So are you going to vote for Kamala Harris, which holds the record of the last 3.5 years? No. Now the cool kids vote for RFK Jr. The people who aren't going to vote for Trump anyway are going to vote for RFK Jr. or Kamala Harris. So their decision now becomes an unqualified, cackling someone who looks like they just had a 3-martini lunch, acts and speaks like they just had a 3-martini lunch, who is tied to the economy that makes you absolutely broke. Tied to that economy. So this is I think I have this, and I'm going to look for this because I think this is important to have on here. And this, okay, so we have Ricky Gervais, who is based. We have Rosie O'Donnell, who's completely melting down. And then we have these influencers, these social media idiots that are quite literally now being paid by the Harris campaign. They're dumb enough to post the actual thing to make it look how dumb. Look, just watch. This is crazy.
Are you a struggling actor looking for your next big break, or perhaps looking for a reason to practice your regional Southern accents that you've been working on? Well, the DNC has a role for you. Now, they're not looking for actors, but they will pay you per diem, pay for meals and expenses, and fly you out, cover all travel as well. Now, for this non-role role, you will be an authentic Democrat supporter. Doesn't that sound lovely?
Lovely.
Now, my favorite part about this is that they're super encouraging, regional accents, regional Southern accents, because they want the authenticity to show through.
Right here.
Because nothing says authentic like being paid for your supporters.
Nothing says authentic because you think Southern, you think some dumb hillbilly. Hey, wait, maybe I can get paid. Hey, maybe Daddy gonna get paid. Let's go.
But these things are everywhere, and so many people are talking about them because this whole AstroTurf movement
Casting
has
billboard,
been the Kamala HQ, Brat Girl Summer, Coconut Pill thing that's blown up.
Brat Girl Summer Coconut Pill. Where am I? Brat Girl Summer. Fantastic.
Since the attempt on 45, the only reason that's been happening is because they're
Soy Boy cannot even say the word Trump. Since the attack on 45, he can't even say Trump without busting into a fetal position and
the
crying.
publicity in the press post attempt on 45 was too positive. They needed to switch the narrative and take back control of the narrative, and they did. They did a wonderful job doing that. But it is AstroTurf. It is absolutely AstroTurf.
Exactly. It's AstroTurf.
This literally could be your inbox right now, but you're playing and not letting your authentic love for Kamala Harris and the Democrats shine through in your likely Oscar-worthy performance. Like, forget just the Oscars. You want a Tony, you want an EGOT. You deserve all of them. Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony, give it to them. Seriously, if I was a struggling actor, I might have to hit this up. It's just wild to me that one candidate can fill up stadiums and probably could charge a cover and people would still show up, while the other one literally has to fly you out, pay for all your meals just for you to exist in the context with her. My God.
Dude just outed himself at the end there. He's like, I can't believe we have to do this. But here, you can get paid. And understand that. Okay, y'all, I'm going to peel back the curtain. So I really want to just, okay. Streaming ain't easy. Being on social media exclusively is not easy. Going from giving money, a good amount of money handed to you every other week, to chasing money and chasing likes and views and things like that is challenging. Even, I mean, for me who's run businesses, and it's like running a business for me. So I just do it, and that's how we do it. So I'm treating it. I hope it works. But the thing is, to me, is there's all these influencers. The kids think that's their job. What do you want to be? I want to be an influencer. What do you want to be? I want to be show speed. I want to be whatever, Twitch streamer, whatever. This is what I want to be. And people are going to pay me for it. That's their whole thing. They're not getting paid for it. So what this is, and this highlights, is that these kids are getting taken advantage of. Like, hey, look, one post, $150 coming your way. $150. Mm-hmm. How about $1,000? There are influencers that could have a Trump back tattoo that at this point, going this long without getting paid and not taking off like they thought they would, gone viral like they thought they would, and paid like they thought they would, $1,000 seems like a good idea. They'd turn coat in a minute. That's this fool here. Your authentic love of Kamala and the Democrat Party. And he said, I can't believe the other candidate sells out stadiums and could charge a cover. He's not lying. And then the Democrats have to do this noise. It's a bit defeating for him, but, yeah. I would play that on a loop. I actually play that on a loop, Ron. If I were the Trump campaign, that's what I'd pay. 18 to 24-year-olds are stupid. But I mean, but there's so many people that have Trump derangement syndrome are just so anti anything conservative. They'd be like, that's us. We are pretty dumb. That's Kamala calling us out. That's why they call her Mamala. Oh, gag me. Yes. Yes. Kids what they want to do when they grow up. Yeah. Oh, Grizz. Truth, right? But that's the vibe I get. It's good to see that there's actually some empirical evidence here that says that kids just want to be YouTube stars. And the sad thing about it is you have to actually be either give content daily that's mildly entertaining, or you have to do something absolutely stupid on a regular basis. It is what it is, right? Journalists have jumped in. Who was that here that said that? Who's the top guy that always said that? Why am I having a hard time? Bruce Jacobs. Bruce Jacobs was a journo. Just talking trash. I want to go back to and bear with me here. I just bear with me. I'll go back to Rosie O'Donnell if I could. Go back
Are
to
you
Rosie
watching?
and this is Rosie. Okay, so let's just look at Rosie for a second. We're not going to hear her. Don't worry. It's okay. You don't have to mute. I want to look at Rosie. Because men, I want to talk to you a little bit. And women, I want to talk to you. Because ladies, I want you to listen to me because I'm going to give you a big fat tip of the hat. Has anyone seen the little spicy number that's making the rounds that the Democrats are trying to belittle because she was wearing a Trump bathing suit, and she's now a representative? I forget her darn name, but I wasn't going to show bikini pics. Sorry, guys. And then now there's just a flood of conservative women posting themselves in bathing suits, saying, "Yeah, who's wrong? What's wrong with this? We support Trump and we're down, right? And we're hot, by the way." And then, bikini pics come out from like Lauren Boebert. By the way, don't get fired up about that. Lauren Boebert is technically a little person in 15 states. I'm not lying. I took a picture with her when she was at an event here with Andy Biggs. I was like, I feel awkward. Like there's going to be Chris Hansen from Dateline To Catch a Predator is going to come through there. I'm like, I thought she was a congresswoman. I swear. Yeah. She said she was 18. She's a congresswoman, for the love of God. Yeah. Yes. And yes. Oh yeah. She ain't ugly. But then I want to go back to this because this is something than a personal story here too. But look at this, guys. This is nothing to like what. That is a representative, absolutely a representative of I don't care. And I want to tip the hat to the congresswomen who are saying, I do care and I do look nice and I do take care of myself. And yeah, I can wear a bikini at this age. I think Boebert's got like 19 kids. And she's like, yeah, check me out in a bikini with my tatted up little side and stuff like that. She's like, I don't care. Loving this because I take care of myself. I want to give ladies to take care of yourself. I want to give you a big tip of the hat. I want to say congratulations and thank you on behalf of all of us dudes. I don't care about who Rosie's with, and I think I think she's on this LGBTQ spectrum, isn't she? Is Rosie gay? I think she is. Anyway, but if I was her significant other, which is this is what's up, Jay? Thank you, you two. What was what? Okay, she is. Okay, all right. So she is. So I wouldn't want to be her partner, even having her on the internet like this. Like, what is wrong with you, girl? Comb your hair. Fake it for me. Absolutely fake it for me. Because people, okay, Lynn, here's the deal, buddy. I from a guy who has a sleeved leg, I respect the process. He said that Lauren's tattoos were ugly. It's fine. Not your bag of, but I'm telling you, ow. I give some respect to that. Anyway, Rosie, I would be absolutely embarrassed. I wouldn't. Like, look, I could come on with my hair like this, guys, and I would embarrass my girlfriend and my family. Like, I wouldn't do that. I at least throw a hat on. I throw a clean shirt on that doesn't have a collar that's all yanked up like this. I actually present myself in some ways. Tonight, I'm actually going to wear my jeans, boots, button down, go out. So I clean up. So I HEPA filters. What am I missing over here? Oh, did you post a picture? Oh, that's cool. I want to check that out. Gris said he posted a picture of Rob Brendan on the. Okay, so I'll definitely check that out, buddy. But anyway, I would be mortified if I did that to my significant other and my family. Like, come on, looking like a absolute schlub like this. And so here's what I dug up because there was two things that influencers are doing. I'm going to start with this one because it is absolutely insane. But I'm going to go ahead and just throw it out there. You can go ahead and read it. That's fine. Influencers are trying anti-aging facial treatment using injections of salmon sperm. There are a couple of questions I have here. One, why? Why is this a thing? And how gullible do you have to be to say, here, your face titian or whatever they're called? I'm going to inject you with salmon sperm. And the final thought on this is, How did they figure out that that was what was going to be anti-aging? How many animals did they have to go through? How many different type of animal fluid did they have to use to figure out that this works? No. There's worse coming. But that just goes to show you that this is just the dumbest. People are so damn gullible. They quite literally are gullible. And maybe it works. So I read a little bit about it, and there's a certain property in a stop it. I apologize. In salmon ejaculate that can actually kind of, it works as the same way as Botox in some ways. So that's just a new way to do it without all those nasty pharmaceutical companies. You just have to have a fish tank, I guess. So no, okay, let's get back to this. But how do you figure out that works? I will say this: it's better than this. Doctors warn against influencers' dangerous trend of using fecal matter as a facial treatment. That's how you all get pink eye. And come on, now you're just toying with us. I mean, I thought Tide Pods were stupid, but this is a hell of a lot more stupid than Tide Pods. Why in the world? That's worse coming. I told you, Lynn. Oh, settled. Lynn. But yes, people are rubbing poop on their face because they said that's going to work. And again, who gets the idea? People that want to jack with idiots like this, these influencers, just see if they'll rub poop on their face. That's basically what it is. And if that's, they say that actually makes zero sense. If you know anything about anatomy, you know anything about how we basically discard waste out of our body, that is not something to put on your face. It's not something to put on your face. But again, tip of the hat to women that are just going to like, you know what, I'm going to be out there. I'm going to look good. I'm going to do this anti-aging stuff. I'm going to look, tip of the hat. That's a lot of work. I mentioned, yes, Lynn, the new, I mentioned earlier with the tattoos that my leg is sleeved. And so to get that process, it was a 3-ish step process. And I had to shave my legs. And I knew right then, this is, ladies, I want you to listen to this too. And men, I want you to just give your women a big old hug and thank them for all the cool things that they do for you to look as beautiful as they do. Because it took me so damn long, like 15, 20 minutes in the shower for my lower leg. I didn't know what I was doing. Had no idea. You can tell that I barely shave anyway on my face. But I mean, at my leg, there's a lot of real estate there. That is a pain in the ass. That's why I actually, what was it? There was a shirt that I saw a long time ago that said, I shaved my legs for this. Yeah, like, and I'm like, what the hell's the big deal about that? I shaved my face for this. Why are you complaining? That's why, because it takes a lot of work. I'm not saying rub poop on your face, but I'm saying that just self-care for women take a lot of work. They get the pedicures and the manicures and all that stuff. Women do the most work curling their hair, always putting lotion on and always smelling so pretty. Yeah. That's a lot of work. Yeah. Where are you guys going with this here? You guys, yeah. Yes, you guys. It is the new meaning of shit-faced. Yes, that is absolutely true. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But people will do anything. And I'm being serious. I know this is some gross things to show you, but I mean, women, God bless you for doing this. I had to do Botox once. I'll admit, guys, I did Botox, but I said I wouldn't do it unless they called it Brotox. So I had to do Botox. Here's why. Settle down. I'm not worried about my aging. I'm just not worried one little tiny bit about how I'm going to age. Here's what I had. I had 2 brain surgeries, and my headaches are chronic. I'll have a migraine once every probably 5 to 6 days. And I mean, it's bad. And those are from my surgery. So this is who I am, guys. And my doctor at Barrow said, okay, we're going to try Botox. We're going to do all over and just see if it's just some sort of tension, something we can eliminate. And I think I had 30 shots, like just all this. My head was a pin cushion, and they did it twice. And I swore, I swore that I would never punk any woman from getting something done in like doing the most to like keep the face nice and all that and all this young stuff. I'm telling you, Botox for migraines, yeah. But it didn't work, unfortunately. I was in there going, ow, 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 ow. Not fun, ow. And I hated it. I couldn't stand it. But my girlfriend went to go get Botox. I'm like, oh my God, thank you. That's so sweet. Like you are really keeping yourself up in the most painful way. Yeah. What doc borrowed Dr. Snyder do my surgery? I think Snyder's a newer one. No, mine was on the non-surgical side. She was just she was a neurologist. Zeman, Dr. Zeman. It's been a hot minute since I left KTAR, and so it was a workers' comp issue. So when I left KTAR, they killed that insurance, so I had to start over again. And I said, look, I'm not going to go get my head turned into a pincushion again. So I haven't been back to Barrow since. But yes, I was with Dr. Zeman. Dr. Zeman, pretty cool. She's got the gig. She's at the sidelines of the Cardinals games, and she's the one that checks out the players on their if they get knocked in the nugget. So yeah, pretty cool, right? Mm-hmm. But yeah, so the Barrow's absolutely fantastic. They are, except for the two heads of the entire place. I'll tell you a story. Let's just tell you a story. Why not? This is ABC's and me, guys. Again, we don't hide anything here. This just is who it is. I don't know if you could see it. Nah, you can't see it. Yeah, it's a pretty good. Now you guys see that big old scar right there. So it's a big boy. I had all of the stuff replaced when I got smacked, and I had about a quarter size piece of my skull in my brain, and they had to go pull it out, and they had to go reconstruct that part of my brain. There was a time where I was, because in the, it doesn't really sell very well. It's a good rebranding there. But every time I'd move my eyebrows, it would move my scalp a little bit, and there was something that would snag. It was, and I'm like, guys, and it just didn't feel right. And I had everything done to me. I went to Barrow, and I'm like, guys, something's wrong. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. So then the whatever nurse and this and the scheduler and all this, they're like, you have to wait. The new guy is going to show up. He's going to be the number 2 guy at Barrow. He is going to take care of this. He is the very best at repairs like this. He is going to take care of you. Don't worry. I'm like, I'm in pain. This is awful. Something's wrong. So I went through his little underling, right? And the underling is like, yeah, nothing's wrong up there. I'm like, I'm telling you, damn it, something's wrong. Like, you got to listen to me, guys. Something's wrong. So then I had the big guy, the big boss man, look at it, and he said, yeah, there's some what did he say? Some integral issues or some structural issues there. But nothing I'm going to open you up for. I'm not going to risk it just to open you up. It's not worth it. And I kept at it, didn't care. They did not care. They weren't going to do a thing. So I called the caseworker from the workers' comp insurance company, and she said, we're going to order an independent whatever, checkout. Hooked up with Dr. Sharma, and he goes, we need to get in there now. Like now. He said, you have an atrophy, and there's some sort of things going on, that there's an atrophy. Actually, I had a guy at Johns Hopkins, a friend of my buddy, Tim Forsey, look at it, and he was like, dude, something's got to go down. Anyway, so, and they were talking about, let's fly you to Johns Hopkins. Let's get this thing done. But anyway, Dr. Sharma here locally said, he said, do we need to get in there? So what they did was they 3D printed a part of my skull. I'm not kidding. So I know, get the Cousin Eddie jokes out of the way right now. We can go ahead. Just all of them. Yeah, nothing between me and the ground but a piece of government plastic. And if this thing gets dented, my part's just not going to look right. I got them all. Trust me. So I have a piece of what is essentially football helmet right here. So they 3D printed it, and they went in. Dr. Sharma went in. He came out and he said this. He said there was zero integrity there. He said if you were hit there by at any force, you'd be dead. You'd be done, dead. He's like, there was nothing. He said, he goes, I started taking it apart and it just collapsed. I'm like, okay. Yeah. So everybody at Barrow is badass except for those 2 guys that I'm like, wow. I could have died because you guys are like, nothing's wrong. Now we looked, everything's fine. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I went to Banner, yeah. Right. Did you see that? I played that for you guys on FAFO Friday, didn't I? I played it for bull riding. Yeah, I played with bull riding, and that bull rider is one of the best in the world. They got rocked, and then he walked out of the arena after being like laid out. And he's like, ooh, yeah, my neck's broken. He said he sit down to have a cigarette, and he was like, Doc, the ambulance shows up, and he's like, you might want to get a gurney out here. I have a broken neck. And he did. He had a broken neck, ended his career. And he actually did, by the way. He adopted the bull that now the bull's like his pet. It's a cool video. It's like he told him to come over, and the bull just comes over and he pets him, and then he steps away from him. The bull gets up there again, like, pet me some more. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool story. Yeah. Yeah, I think I did, Rhonda. I really did. You got to be in this. I guess this is that because this is in other news. You have to be your own advocate. Period. You have to be your own advocate. You can't just take what they say. When you know something's wrong, you are the one that knows there's something wrong. And like many doctors and Rob's doctor as well said, I've been doing this for 40 years. It's just guesswork. We just guess. I'm like, with my skull, you're not guessing. Sorry, you're not going to guess. You do, because you have to fight for yourself. Yeah. Okay, Johns Hopkins for Branca. Yeah. I mean, we are lucky. There are some solid facilities that can take care of people and save people's lives. But when just the level of just this flippant cavalier attitude of nothing's wrong, man, stop it. Like it's literally all in your head. I couldn't go with it. I'm just not down with that kind of thing. Yeah. So, but thank goodness headaches is the only thing. A chronic headache is all I have to deal with. And I haven't done the whole meds thing yet. I haven't gone down that road. I definitely don't want to get into the heavy pharmaceuticals, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, I did. There's always the drugstore up the road that can at least help me sleep. So that's good. Yeah. So that's kind of the ABCs of what happened to me. Yeah, and that's Grizz said he fired 3 doctors that weren't on Team Grizz. Yeah, dude, I don't even need to deal with you. I don't. And so I have a good primary. I have now I'm in search of a good neuro chap, but I'm not, I'm kind of on kind of a plateau, kind of like steady. It's not getting worse. So that's good. Yeah. And I'm sorry to hear that, Lynn. Yeah, it's all sometimes, all the medical treatment in the world just can't save you. So yeah, several stories like that, and really sorry to hear about that about your nephew. So but yeah, so that I don't know how we got on. How did we get on my head? Oh, Bro Talks. That was it. So check this out. She's gonna hate me for this. Good thing she didn't listen to this show. Again, I mean, we can talk about how to make a liberal and a conservative relationship work. It's pretty interesting. It's fun. Not gonna lie, it's pretty damn fun. Frustrating at times, but fun. So this is her person. She gets her Botox done. She said, "Hey, can you be my model? I'm doing a procedure and I'll do it for you for free." She's like, "Oh, hell yeah." And she called me and asked what it was. And I'm like, hell if I know. I barely even knew what Botox was. So she said, well, how about, what's I think it's called PRP or something like that. So they do is, this kind of goes along with the fish stuff. So they take out vials of your blood. They put it in a centrifuge. And now they got 3 different things where they could that do different things. So basically they're putting your own back in your face. Right. And it's kind of a, I don't know if it's like a stem cell thing or what it is, but it's been, it's just an interesting thing. She said it was one of the most painful things she's ever done in her life. Never wants to do it again, never again. But she looks fantastic. So it's pretty awesome, but she looked great before then. But I mean, I just keep tipping my hat to the ladies out there that just put in all this work to look good. Guys, by the way, when you put in work to look good like that, no, you don't look good. Women can pull it off. Men cannot. Oh, it's when you say living with one, Tyson, I assume you mean migraine, kind of a headache issue. It's just tough. Or have you been living with a doctor for 4 years? Which one? Yeah, definitely want to know that. He said, I've been living with one for 4 years, so I didn't know what he was what he was alluding to, but most likely, but like me, just kind of, I don't want to say it, you say like suffering from migraines. It is what it is. Some days are worse than others, and you just kind of do. Yeah. Oh, a liberal. Yes. Okay, good. All right, good. So not migraines, not a not not a doctor, but a liberal. Yes. And I tell you, it's and Rhonda, yeah, but that's what I'm saying, Rhonda. And that's the tip of the hat to you as well, because you take care of your skin. So I mean, but you do that for a reason, and it's fantastic. And men should just love that and be appreciative and thankful for it. I don't think as men we thank women enough for the effort that they put in to just be so just soft and beautiful and smell so pretty. I don't think we do. So I think we should do that. Your grandfather was a Demi. Your grandma was a Republican. They didn't talk much about politics. No. They did discuss their votes, and was it when you were a child, asked who they voted for, and they said that's private. Nice, Truman. I think that's fantastic. Our kids know. Our kids have they've no. And by the way, our kids couldn't be. They're the same. I have conservative kids, and she has liberal kids, and they all get along, and we all have a great time. And just as what it is, we just kind of keep. We just kind of stay in our lane when it comes to politics, and all I can do is just smile at a lot of the conservative things that they enjoy. Dating a conservative man like me, and then they just kind of smile and just that is what it is. Yeah. Someone to know. Yeah. Do you shave your? No, I. Okay, so Rhonda wants to know if I shave my leg regularly. No, I do not. No. Because one side's an owl, one side's a bison. The hair's fine. I'm kidding. I have very blonde hair, very very blonde hair. So it's not a big. I don't shave my leg. I haven't since the third and final session of the tattoo. I haven't shaved my leg. Yeah. Yeah, and run this way. You don't make it if you don't make your politics your entire identity. You're like, oh wow, these people are really cool. Which if we the people did that, we'd have a whole different country. We'd have a whole different country. This tense situation that we find ourselves in wouldn't even be here, because we would just go back to, oh yeah, I think he voted for Biden over there. I don't. Who knows? Who cares? Yeah, and when you do learn that, especially being in a mixed political party relationship, you just learn not to care about it. You just learn to just focus on other things, and those other things are beautiful, and those other things are cool, and that's how you do it. It's pretty simple. It's pretty easy. It gets tough every now and again because you have to. No, I don't go in for the Brazilian Grizz. No, I don't. Not that you know of. I have been, okay, because again, I'm dating a liberal. I have been in for a pedicure. I had one pedicure in my life, and that was end of last year. Wasn't bad. Wasn't great. I just didn't get it. I sat there and just didn't get it. But I tell you what, everyone looking at that, oh, he's getting his first pedicure. I'm like, well, yeah, I'm a good guy. Here's my girlfriend. Oh, yeah, I had all this. And what did Grizz say? No, yeah, exactly. Nobody wants to see that visual. Grizz talking about me going in for a Brazilian. Yeah, no one cares about that. And Rhonda, you said one of her best friends is a liberal. Yeah, I have plenty of friends that are liberals. Again, but if you don't make everything about politics, they're just normal people. They're just, who gives a rat's ass who you voted for? Okay, fine. Cool. I mean, do you think my liberal friends I'm looking at going like, hey, thanks for the $4 gallon gas. Thanks for the 25% more expensive groceries. Thanks for the 40% more, higher price of houses. Thank you for the crazy interest rates. Thank you for all that. No, it's not their fault. They voted a certain way, and they're fine. They were one of X amount of tens of millions of votes. Okay. But they voted their conscience. They voted how they want, and just. But I mean, even here's the deal. And I think the hard part about that, Rhonda, when you say can't talk politics, everything's become political. Like politicizing everything. There should be nothing political about not cheering on a biological male to kick a biological female's butt in the Olympics in a boxing ring. That shouldn't be political. That shouldn't be, the people that are against a Republican, the people that are for it are Democrats. I definitely know the people who are for it are Democrats. But anyway. It shouldn't be political. Oh, man. I mean, I grew up in California for most of my life. So Grizz said he grew up in New York, and most of the people he knows are liberal. Same with California. Thing about California, though, I grew up in Orange County. Orange County is like the kind of a conservative pocket of California. But I do remember one of the, again, if you remove political ideology and the fact that the guy killed someone, I mean, 30 Rock was before Alec Baldwin killed somebody. I loved that show. And Tina Fey had a rant, and I forgot who she was ranting to, But in there, it was during the 08 election. And she said, she goes, I'm going to vote for John McCain, but I'll tell all my friends I voted for Barack Obama. That stuck with me because she's not in the minority there. She's not. There's so many people out there, though. Of course, I would never vote for Donald Trump. I'll never vote for Donald Trump. If we make it a required thing to fill up your gas tank before you go vote, Trump wins in a landslide. I'm telling you, people, I have to vote this way. Like this. What are these people called? Blue no matter who. Ugh. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So you lived south in Vancouver in the late 80s. So, but I would think, so Rhonda said that, Rhonda, that would be the most liberal spot. I think all Canada is just a bunch of liberals. But I think here's the deal. I think Canada is going through what the United States is going to go through in a few years, especially if we have 4 years of Kamala Harris. If we have 4 years of Kamala Harris, it'd be like it'd be the same thing. And now the Canadians are like, hey, wait a second. We don't want this. Did we vote for this? We didn't think we were voting for this. This is crap. And same's going on in the UK. Oh, Vancouver, Washington. Gotcha. But I'm telling you, it's the same thing though. It's right where we're going to be going. And then finally, liberals go, wait a tick. This blue no matter who thing is absolutely absurd. We have to rethink this. Because now what's the social credit score? I had no idea we were going to do that. Yeah, you voted for it. Wait, what do you mean they're going to limit how much gas I can buy? Yeah, you voted for it. What do you mean we don't have any strategic reserves? You voted for it. What do you mean we're getting attacked by our enemies? You voted for it. Period. Yeah. That's South Canada. Exactly. It's pretty much the same thing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We can't survive. And Rhonda, I think that's the greatest question in the world. Can you and ask anyone who says, who are you voting for? Said, I don't know who I'm voting for, but let me ask you this. Can we as an economy, as a nation, survive another 3.5, 4 years at this trajectory? They'll all say no. You don't have to answer the question. You don't have to tell them who you're voting for. There's no need to. Because it's plain and simple. And again, the encouraging thing to me is that RFK Jr. still has a platform. RFK Jr. still is campaigning. So the decision is, do I have another 4 years of crap for somebody who hasn't decided yet? Or do I go vote for the man who I said I told all my friends I would never vote for in my life? If you take out the man you never vote for in your life, it's between Kamala and RFK Jr., period. That's where it is. And maybe suburbs of Portland, Oregon. No, you say no more. Now we know how they vote. Now we know you're surrounded by libs. Holy cow. Hey, y'all, this is what we're going to do. This is going to be called In Other News. We are going to bring in guests. We're going to bring in y'all. It's going to be a fun ride, and we're going to build it. We're going to grow it together. We're going to have a big social push next week, a big social push next week, and moving on and on. We're going to stay on that. We're going to stay on that gas for a very long time. So hopefully have some new friends coming in as well, and invite your friends in, and we'll do this together. It's going to be a lot of fun. And again, hopefully we'll keep the bromance going. I still haven't talked to Rob about it. It's my idea, but I'm big bro. Sometimes I have just the authority to make that executive decision. I appreciate you too, Chris. Thank you so much. And this is going to be hopefully the Bromance will live on as long form podcast with really, really super interesting guests. So we're gonna make it happen. Appreciate you, Lynn. So we are going to do it again. Let's do it. Let's just kick this thing off brand new. Kick it anew. Have a great and safe weekend, everybody. And how about this? Let's do another news Monday at noon. We'll see you then. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thank you so much for playing.